I really don't want this, but I really need this. Same goes for the real ones as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. My name is Kevin. We're in the Commonwealth cabin. And I was sitting at school today. If you're new to the show, I'm a high school history teacher. Actually, I feel like I used to be a high school history teacher. Now I'm some kind of online facilitator of education or something like that, because there's nobody in my classroom. And I'm doing all the things I hate about teaching instead of actually teaching. Do I sound like I'm complaining? I'm not complaining. Hey, everything's going great. At any rate, I was sitting there thinking about two things. The first thing, I was looking back at the beginnings of my teaching career. It's my 21st year teaching, and remembering at 9/11 and thinking, man, that seems like forever ago in the classroom. All the students I teach now, they weren't even born back then, and so I was remembering that. And I'll talk about that in just a second. And the second thing, I was thinking to myself, what am I going to put on the show tonight? There's nothing that's sold. We sold like 5 things. And so I scrolled back through and I saw a bunch of people had asked about how to put your store on sale, how to run a promotion for those older items in the store. I'm like, yeah, I'll do a quick little clip of that. It didn't frame up nicely, but I did that at my lunch break today. And I'll put that on the end of the video, very end of the video. So if you're interested in that, that's where it'll be at the very end. If you're not, you can click off early. So back to 9/11 really quick. So as I was doing that and answering some questions and thinking about some other stuff to put on the show tonight, the sales started coming in. Most of them, I hate to say, are eneman, or I love to say are eneman. I think we have 16 sales today. No, I take it back. 18 sales, and 8 of them are eneman. And we'll talk about those at the end of the show too. A few people left some comments, so we appreciate that. They're accelerating. The selling rate of the eneman is accelerating as the supply dwindles down, which is amazing. But we sold some other cool things today. One really nice item I didn't even know we had in the store. My wife brought it into the store somehow, some way without me looking, and it has sold, and for a pretty decent amount of money, but it's going to take a little bit of finessing to get that thing ready to ship. And of course, I'm going to have to ship it because my wife's not here, and Reagan's not here. The Homeschool Hustlers are all gone. Everybody's gone, just me and the dog and the cats and the chickens and the frog out there and the baby kitten, and they do all this stuff, and then I got to take care of them because they're always they're always gone. Boy, I do sound like I'm complaining, right? Let's take a look at what's up. I just realized sometimes I'm at school all day and I forget that I have these things on. Because when we're out in the hallway, in the bathroom, and wherever we're going out there, we're isolated in our rooms. We're supposed to have these on, and I always forget to take it off. So I'm going to do that real quick. All right. That feels a little bit better. But since that was an American flag there, and it is 9/11, I'm going to give you my story really quick. I'm a history geek, so you got to forgive me for 30 seconds. And then if you wouldn't mind sharing your story, if you have an interesting 9/11 remembrance story, put that in the comments. I would appreciate it. And I don't get to have this discussion with my kids, so I figure we'll have it with you this year. And I remember it was my second year teaching here. I think that's right. I've been in the same exact classroom for 20 years now, with the exception of a couple of month period where they were doing some renovation and I was in a different classroom when all that went down. And I remember the lesson that day. We were talking about religion. We were talking about monotheism, and we were actually looking kind of a comparative study at Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. And it was just an interesting thing to come on the team. Of course, the kids didn't understand it. I had a fairly decent understanding of what was going on, as much as anybody could that day, I suppose. As more things unfolded, it made a little bit more sense. But it was a little ironic. We were discussing that topic that day, and I remember looking at those young faces and thinking, oh my goodness, they're going to remember this thing forever. Not that I wouldn't remember it forever, but we, as we get a little older, we have a little retrospective look back at things, and we can value the moment, I think, a little bit more than some other folks. So at any rate, there's my story in the classroom. And I remember the, I've taught thousands of kids over the years, but I can remember the faces of that select group in that class as we sat there and watched live the second plane hit and the towers actually fall. So let me know your story of remembrance or remembering somebody. Maybe even you know somebody that you lost in that event, and put it in the comments, and I'd appreciate it, and I would love to take a look at it. So here's the item that I just had in my hand and forgot all about. Bargain Hunter game directions, instructions, whatever you want to call them. So if you remember, I was at a sale and I asked the gentleman to hand me the Bargain Hunter game. And I really bought it from nostalgia. Mumsy, if you're listening, I used to play it with my grandmother, and I wanted my kids to play it a little bit. It used to have a pretty decent amount of value on eBay, but the value of it has gone down. But you can sell the parts and pieces. There's little credit cards with it you can sell off, and a little credit card machine and the money and stuff like that. At any rate, the credit card machine didn't work, so we weren't going to be able to play it. It was really broken pretty bad. So I wanted to get my money back out of it at least, and sold a few parts and pieces, and this was one of them, and somebody bought it. This little pamphlet piece of paper went for $8, and we'll make our money back on this item right here. And we have a few other parts and pieces we'll sell and make a little bit of money. If I would have known it was broken, wouldn't have bought it, but I didn't take the time. Sometimes you just don't take the time to go through something like that when there's a lot of merchandise that is actually worth some real money laying around all about you. Speaking of not worth a lot of money, I bought this one at a garage sale, and I remember saying in the video, I'm like, I wouldn't normally pick this up, but I wanted to show some folks out there of some of the very small things that you can actually sell and make money. And I said, maybe if you're, disabled or you can't get out very much and you're looking just to make a little bit of extra money or almost as a hobby seller, this kind of stuff you can make money on. This is the game of life little spinner wheel. I've sold a few parts and pieces already. I paid 50 cents for the game. I sold the little cars and the little people, I think for $10.95. I don't know if it was free shipping or plus shipping on that one. Probably free shipping. So we've already made $5, $6 on it. This will add another $3.50 or so profit, $3 profit. Probably it's $8, I think is what we got free shipping. So, at least $3 to this after fees and shipping. And it's nothing special, but I just wanted to kind of show you the things you could sell if you're kind of limited and not able to do too much. So there you go. All right, here are the items I didn't even know we had in the store here. Livingware. I have never sold these before, and I bet you I've seen them. And now that my wife brought them into the store here and took pictures of them, now I have to ship them. I used to do videos of shipping often, and I'll do it again sometime here in the future, but probably not today. But these are kind of cool looking bowls. They sold for $40 plus shipping. So I don't know where she got them or how much she paid for them. I have no idea, but they're kind of cool little bowls. Here are the other two. Let me know if you've sold these before. And I don't know if they're, out there everywhere, but I bet you now that I have seen them in my mind. I've seen them in my mind's eye. I've seen them with my actual eye, I suppose. I will see them out and about. Is that true of you? Once you know something sells, they seem to pop up everywhere, and then you ask yourself, how many times have I missed this thing for the last 20 years? But I'll sell. Hey, shoot, I'll pick these things up. $40 plus shipping? All right, I meant to tell you that I was going to air Reagan's little thank you for the folks that bought some stuff on the Commonwealth Picker store. I mentioned them yesterday, but I forgot to take that video with me to school, and she did such a good job with it that I figured I would rerun it here and re-roll it and get her to do it again, and she was more than willing to. And so we're going to show you that if you've bought something. There's a bunch of sales today in the CommonwealthPicker.com store as well, but she's not going to be home, so you'll be getting it a day or two later than she normally would because she's a little busy. But I promise you she will get to them as soon as she can, as soon as Blue Ridge Mama can help her a little bit. I could help her, but that kind of defeats the purpose of her learning how to do it. And she had to deal with a return for the first time, by the way, which I thought was really interesting. And the way she handled it was cool. So I saw the email, and I can't remember your name out there. Maybe it was Betsy, and she sent a very nice email and said, hey, I got a small, and I ordered a medium. And so I said, all right, I'm going to run it by Reagan, see how she wants to handle it. And I asked her, and then she typed the email back and said that we're going to send you one and just keep the other one. So that's a pretty good way to handle it. So hopefully that works out there for you. I think it was Betsy. At any rate, one of the sales is right here, and it came from the Homeschool Hustlers store, but there's also another item that came out of my store that Turner I know would rather talk about. So we're going to flip-flop them and have him come down when they get home tonight and talk about that one item. All right, so here is the item that sold. If you remember the troll garage sale video, this was a video where I said I should have bought them all. Well, this is kind of the reason I didn't buy them all, right? This only sold for $6. plus shipping. Now, we only paid 50 cents a piece, so we're making, you know, $4 on the thing, so I'm not complaining. But that's a lot of work for not much money. But I should have bought them all because there are some of them that would make really good money, and the rest of them I could have put in giant lots of 10 or 12 and not done as much work and still made some money and made some good money on the other ones. So there's a little lesson if you're out there, and let me know your stories about just buying it all, as I'm sure some of you experienced resellers have done. I wish I would have just said, hey, how much for every single one, and just put them in a giant tub and just throw them in my car and deal with it later, because we would have ended up making far more money that way. It would have been a little bit more work, but you wouldn't have missed those great ones that might sell for like $30, $40 plus shipping on some of those trolls. But we still made some decent money on it. All right, next one's back here, and it's a timing light that I bought at a garage sale you haven't seen yet. It's one of the ones I decided to wait. Sometimes I'll make a video and not post it for a while and let it go into the months when garage sales have ended. And that's what I do with this one. All right, I think it's in the Pennsylvania bin. Let me go on this side. It is a timing light right there. There is the timing light, and I paid, as you can see right there, I paid $2 for it, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. All right, this is from an old Mary Kay buy. It's kind of the leftovers. It's sweet plum eye color, and it sold for $7.95 free shipping, but it is all pure profit at this point. She's lonely. Nobody else is home but me and her. All right, this is, my wife was like, hey, you know, some of this stuff you got, because I only paid $10 for this giant bag, 2 bags actually, of Mary Kay. Some of this stuff's pretty good, she said. And this was a lipstick Berry Kiss, sold for $18. So this one right here paid for everything, gave us a profit. And we have tons and tons of other Mary Kay stuff. She's not lonely, she just wants food. This one's going out to Sheila. I really don't want this, but I really need this. Same goes for the real ones as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, Sheila. This one's going out to Tiger Lily Finds. Hi, Kevin. I've been watching you on YouTube channel for about a year now. Boy, you go way back. I started selling last year around April, and my store on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari are all Tiger Lily finds. I need some luck here, not just for selling, but a lot of things have been going on the last month, and I'm using my eBay coupon for this eneman, so that's flattering. I appreciate it. Hope it brings me and my family a lot of luck. Thank you for all that you do, Tiger Lily. So that's awesome. Thank you, and I'm glad to see a new reseller. I've heard a lot of folks lately, not a lot, but a few folks tell me they're shutting down their eBay business. Certain things in their life have brought them in different directions, and so there's some new folks taking their place for sure, and this one's headed your way. I'm going to Brian, Brittany, James, and Beth. And Beth says, hey, I used my $25 eBay coupon to finally get my eneman. Just in time for Q4 too. My store may never be the same. Thanks so much for all you do and the family. Beth. Brookside Blues on eBay. So thank you, Beth. We appreciate it. 2 more left. One going to Jacob, one going to Rob. My fiance and I recently started our own eBay store, Phoenix Flippers, and are hoping this flushes out the inventory. We watch Loving You and Learning From You. Any advice on how to handle taking a vacation? We will be out of the state for 10 days to get married. We would love you and your family to sign our little guy. Well, congratulations on that marriage. So you mean you're going to take off eBay for a honeymoon? What's wrong with you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey, you know, I have some advice, and I'm not going to give it right now because I know that the new seller update has given some updates on how they're doing vacations, hiding inventory and all that, and I would rather learn that before I gave you advice. My old advice essentially would have been just put a long shipping and handling on, although 10 days is a little long, I think. Plus you're just newlyweds, you know, just forget it and put it on vacation. So if you have an eBay store, you should be able to do that. But if you know anything about the new seller update and can mention that in the comments below, maybe they can read it, and then I'll read up on it a little bit and see if there's any drastic changes to how you can put a store on vacation mode. So thank you guys, and we will do the best to remember to sign these and get them out to you. As a matter of fact, as a wedding gift, I'll have to run this by Reagan, but we'll take something out of the store, maybe one of her big stickers, and throw it in as a wedding gift. I don't know what kind of wedding gift that is, but it's a lot better than an eneman for sure. All right, this one's going out to Rob, and Rob says, "Hey Kevin, been watching your videos for a while now. I've been reselling for about 15 years, but started trading and selling back in the late 90s when I was in high school. Started with bike parts, moved on to car parts. Now I pick anything we can make a buck on. I'm buying this for my wife as sort of a gag gift, but she is opening her own store for the 1st of October to help with Christmas funds. So hoping this will give her some good luck. Thanks for all the great videos. Best wishes." So that's awesome, and best of luck to your wife, and we hope this does bring her some good luck. A lot of folks out there, you know, you're just trying to make ends meet. You're trying to make a car payment. You're trying to save for Christmas. You know, what a great way to, even if you're selling a little, if you're selling life spinners, for goodness sake, you know, you can make enough money to pay for Christmas, even just very, very part-time, and kind of opens new windows and doors, and gives you a great opportunity to save for vacations and all those things that keep us all from going in debt. You know, I had a teacher used to say, well, it's not just a teacher, I suppose lots of people say it, to borrow from the future to pay for the past is a sure way to make poverty last. So this channel's not about saving and all that, but that's certainly the way we try and do things here. I hate buying things on credit. I hate it. I loathe it. And this is a way we're able to take some of this money and always put it aside, so we always have a little extra in case something, some emergency comes up or something like that. So awesome. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate it, and it's headed your way. All right, don't forget to hang around. Sophie's going to say goodbye with me in here, but don't forget to hang around for Reagan out there, saying thanks to a couple folks. And if you want to watch me go through the process of putting a sale on my store for the very, very oldest items in the store. I usually don't run sales unless something's been in the store for almost a year, and then I'll run a sale just to kind of get that back end stuff moving. I know, I shouldn't need to with this eneman, right? Maybe I'll just go find those items and brush the eneman all over them. Anyway, you gonna say goodbye, Sophie? So thanks for joining us and putting up with me as we remember 9/11, and we hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Hey, we have Reagan with us, and she has how many sales today?
5.
5 sales. Awesome. Can you tell us who bought something and what they buy?
Casey got a blue shirt, Lisa got a gray, Angela got a sticker and a gray shirt, and Bruce got a gray shirt, and Jesse got a sticker.
Yeah, and which one's going to England?
This one.
Who is that? Lisa? Awesome. That's the first t-shirt to England, Reagan. That's awesome. I think she got did she get a blue one or a gray one?
She got a gray one.
Gray one. Okay.
Don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Thank you. All right, since it's a slow day today, I'm going to try to walk you through this sale thing that I have been asked about many times. So, marketing, if you're in the Seller Hub, marketing, go to promotions, and then we're going to go to create a promotion, and then go down to sale event markdown. We're going to create this thing, and I just am going to do, I don't know, we're going to do 10% off, and we'll do, I don't want to do that. Let's go to select items we want in this sale, and I'm going to try to clear out the oldest things in my store. So select items. Hopefully you can see this whole thing in the screen now that I think about it. And I am going to select items here. So price, I'm going to say anything from $5 to $500, which pretty much is everything in my store. It almost is, I guess. All right, filter, I'm going to filter that. Days on site. So I'm going to go old stuff here. I'm going to say stuff's been in the store for 300 to, I don't know, 1,000 days. We'll see how many. That has 222 items. Now, that may seem like a lot, but it's also going to include items that are multi-listers that have been on here for a long time. What did I just do? All right, so items found 222. You're going to want to, so you can go down and check them all. Now, there's a lot of items on here that I don't want included in this sale because they are items that are multi-listers, you know, and I really don't want them on here. And so sometimes I'll go down and check those out and remove them, but I don't know, it's close enough, we're good. There's probably a few caught up in this, but 10% is no big deal. All right, 197 items. And we're going to save this one, save and review. And we are going to name it. I don't know what we're going to name it. Just name it 10%. Call it Save 10. And we're going to start it and end it. We'll end it, I don't know, let's end it to 25th. What the heck? Save event description. We'll call it Save 10. And there you go. Launch. That's it. Just trying to get rid of the oldest stuff in the store that takes forever that I probably shouldn't have bought to begin with.